All right, aloha, Tulsi Kratz, Bernie Kratz. By the way, for you Bernie Kratz, here's to Bernie Sanders making a full recovery. I know a couple of people didn't like some of the tweets I did yesterday regarding what is worse, Joe Biden's cognitive decline or Bernie Sanders and his heart issue from yesterday, which, by the way, as predicted, breathless coverage in the media as to why this is it for Bernie. Did anyone think in the media that, here's the thing, and I do think there's an opening, unfortunately, because of the way the media does things. I think there's an opening for Tulsi Gabbard's campaign because she's the younger, healthier alternative to Bernie Sanders. But people tend to rally around those who have these types of problems. People rally around Bernie Sanders. So they're kind of missing the boat on what might actually happen. There could be a boomerang effect, especially if Bernie makes a big recovery. You're still going to hear in the media, well, there are a lot of questions about Bernie Sanders and his health. There weren't any questions about Hillary Clinton's health in 2016. In fact, you were a conspiracy theorist if you brought up concerns about Hillary Clinton's health. Remember when she fell into the Scooby van? There's footage out there if you want to go see it. I had serious concerns about her. I had more concerns about Hillary Clinton's mental health, okay? That's all right, Tulsi Gabbard, momentum is building for her campaign. Let's listen to her on the rising or just rising. Yeah, it's just rising, which, I guess if you're David Copperfield, you probably like the title of this show. I don't know. It sounds like magic to me. It's just rising. It's levitating.
You've spent quite a bit of time in Iowa. What is something in Washington and the political press corps is completely missing about what you see on the ground that really is animating voters?
At every single one of our gatherings, small or large, big city, small town, we have Democrats, Republicans, independents, libertarians coming together.
Oh no! Wait! Whoa! I'm a tribalist. Wait! I just took a job with TYT. She's got Republicans coming to her rallies. Screw that! Libertarians? Come on! We can't have any of that. Yeah, she's just a Russian plant. She might as well just be Donald Trump too. I don't trust her. I mean, why? Here's the insanity of what I just did there is that imagine trying to build a coalition of voters and you want to stay in your little cloistered little bubble. You want that little niche vote and you want to try to turn all those people out because that's going to beat all the independents and all the Republicans. And the political reality behind this really makes me think that some of these people are insane and they just want the system to continue as it is. They want this perpetual Trump problem. Then they want another problem. Nobody wants to solve. You know what? I would rather not do this channel. I just go over to my music channel, which is doing great lately, by the way. Go over there and talk about music and enjoy my life. But I decided to get involved again politically, and I was involved before. In fact, the funny thing is I had a channel called The American Independent prior. Now, I took American out and changed it to Radical this time around because the word American has different connotations now. And it's not that I'm not patriotic and so forth. I just think that we need a radical uprising of Americans, of American patriots, by the way, who see that our government, the military-industrial complex, people are in charge of our lives who we didn't elect, we don't understand, and people are making rules and decisions for us, not just Trump, people behind the scenes that we can't see are making these rules. And Tulsi Gabbard is a big threat to that. And there are a whole bunch of progressive people that can't wrap their brains around it. Instead, they want to stay in the little, let's stay in our little club. I mean, she's got that's guilt by association. I mean, really? What do you tell those Republicans that show up at your rally? Do you say, did we check to see what party affiliation this guy is? Because I know, by the way, Bernie doesn't have this problem as much. Because the Bernie people are like much more, I guess, in tune with Bernie's ideology. I'm not sure what it is about Bernie, but he's able to kind of transcend this. Elizabeth Warren, though, she wants all the tribal people to show up. She's banking on the Russian collusion thing, and she's getting 100% support from the media. She's got an imaginary strain of progressivism that she continues to tout here during the primaries, which she will do the biggest pivot, transformation. They might have her in overalls by the time we get to the general, if she's still around, with a six-pack of beer under her arm, telling everybody, y'all gotta get Medicare for all, something like that. They'll train her how to speak. I mean, this will be the greatest political makeover in the history of the country if they decide to go full throttle down that road. Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders, these people can just be themselves, and people gravitate toward that. Tulsi doesn't need to reinvent herself. Let's continue, though, to find out why momentum is building in the Tulsi Gabbard campaign.
Together, recognizing, hey, we don't agree on everything. There are some things we even strongly disagree on, but they're coming together, recognizing how central the issue of the cost of war is.
Okay, well, you know what? Hey, I'm anti-war just like everybody else. All right? The military-industrial complex is not a good thing.
To being able to resolve so many of the challenges we face here at home.
But she is basing her whole campaign on this anti-war thing. In the meantime, we've got tribal issues to address. We've got all this inequality out there, and so many people are angry all the time, and I wake up angry, and we need to get rid of Donald Trump. That should be her platform. That should be the first thing that comes out of her mouth, that she wants to get rid of Donald Trump, because I can't even do laundry right now because of Trump. Trump is evil. Trump is the worst thing that's ever happened to this world and this planet, probably even the solar system. So if we don't get rid of Trump, then we'll have more Trump, and I won't be able to function. Shame on her for not making that her first point. Shame on Tulsi Gabbard, trying to do this unity thing. Get out of town, Tulsi. Go back to Hawaii.
So whether your top issue is healthcare or education or infrastructure, criminal justice reform, immigration reform, it requires resources. And unless we deal with this terribly high cost of war, this high human cost of war, the trillions of dollars that have been taken out of our pockets, out of our communities, out of our schools.
Still no mention of Trump. What's the matter with her talking about all these issues? Man, I'm hoping TYT calls me because I need a job. I need a real high-paying job. Some billionaire with deep pockets. That's what I need. This YouTube stuff ain't working for me. And Tulsi, she keeps spouting off on unity and anti-war stuff. And it's just not working for me. Really, really depressing, actually. I'm going to go, after this is over, I'm going to turn on Morning Joe. That'll make me feel so much better about everything.
The healthcare system and so on, going to pay for these wasteful regime change wars and now this new Cold War and arms race. Unless we deal with this, we will not have the resources.
Wait a minute. New Cold War and arms race?
That we need to either put that money back into the pockets of the American people or use those resources to serve the American people. And that.
Okay, so what she basically said is that I like Putin. All right, that's what I got out of all that. I like Vladimir Putin. I'm doing some Beto O'Rourke case you didn't realize. I'm just incensed. The fact that she doesn't see the importance of the Cold War. I mean, we got to have a Cold War. I mean, what are those military contractors supposed to do? They're supposed to suffer? I mean, that drives our whole economy. What is she doing? And she's talking again, unity and all of this war stuff, and she's worried about war and annihilation and the fact that we might not exist if we continue down the road we're going. That's foolishness. That's for uneducated people that don't understand that Donald Trump is the reason everything is wrong in the universe.
That's where our campaign is growing, our support is building in a way that is unifying the American people, saying we love our country, we will put the interests of the American people first, and these wasteful regimes.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the bleep on. Did you hear what she just said? She loves her country. That's not something that you say. She just disqualified herself. I should just walk away. I should just get out of here. I should be Brandon Straka at this point. Just walk away. Just walk away! Yeah, Brandon, that's not helping, by the way. Walking away from what? To what? Walk to an independent movement, brother. Anyway, that's a side video. I could do a video. My walk away video. How I walked away, but then didn't have anything to walk to. Tulsi Gabbard here says the unthinkable. She says she loves America. Donald Trump says he loves America too. This is the problem for real progressives who understand the existential threat, not of climate change, but of Donald Trump. You cannot say something like this. This is tantamount to treason. It is.
Regime change wars, this new Cold War and arms race, and do just that. Redirect those dollars back towards nation building, our communities right here at home.
All right. Look, folks, I think we've finally discovered the reason why so many progressives do not like Tulsi Gabbard. First of all, Trump talking points. And by the way, I am mocking you. In case anyone is going to use this video and say, oh, he's finally come to his senses. He understands that Tulsi Gabbard is just not qualified. She's not qualified to be commander-in-chief because she echoes old sentiments, the imperialistic country. She says she still loves it. Now, you can love your country and not like some of the things that it does. But you can't, Dave. You can't. Those days are over. No, they're only over because certain progressive people have decided that they're over. I can still wake up in the morning and think, okay. I mean, America, compared to a lot of places, is relatively tranquil. I understand we have a lot of problems. But this is the other thing that you can't do. You can't be optimistic. You can't be forward-thinking. You can't have a positive thought in your head. You have to just constantly be on negative all the time. That's what the progressive movement thrives on, negativity. Yeah, are there problems? Sure. But how do we tackle those problems? With hatred and smear tactics all day long and mistrust of people that don't deserve the mistrust? Or do we tackle it with love? Oh, lead with love. Oh, that's a great platform. Lead with love. Like that's ever going to happen. Do you think Donald Trump is leading with love? Do you understand why I don't associate with Donald Trump anymore? Well, yeah, it's because he's a racist. No, that could be true. I don't have... Look, it's kind of like calling out Trump on all these things, like the Russiagate and this and that. He's a racist. Is this going to stick? Is that going to stick? I think Trump as a person is all about Trump. That's my big concern about Trump. All right? I don't really care to entertain all of his he's racist and bigoted and homophobic. Those things are tribal things that continuously divide, and by the way, have been way overused against everybody at all times. Tulsi, look at what she gets. Tulsi supports Assad. That's what you get. You get Tulsi supports an evil dictator. You get all of this nonsense. She's a serious person running for the presidency. She is the best candidate by a country mile, and the best candidate in my lifetime to run for president. She's the most qualified. She's ready on day one. She's feisty. She's diplomatic. And she does lead with love. She doesn't look at everybody as an adversary. She doesn't look at Trump supporters as all evildoers. Well, if you still support Trump, then that means you've got brain damage. If you still support Trump, your racism is showing. You know what? If you still support Donald Trump, that's a problem. But here's the solution: support Tulsi Gabbard. Don't you want people to change? If you think they're so evil, why would you encourage them to do nothing? Why wouldn't you just say, well, some people realize that, hey, they might go back to Trump, and that just shows that they're racist and all of these different things. No, they may go back to Trump because they don't see any alternative that makes them want to vote for something else. And I'm trying to tell people about Tulsi Gabbard because she's so much better. But, you can't love your country. You can't have, by the way, you can't have fought for your country. You can't have gone into the military. By the way, her military service informs all of her current positions, especially her anti-war stance. Who else has served in the military running for president right now? I know, before it used to be kind of a prerequisite. Although, taken to that extreme, a lot of people who've served in the military tend to be militaristic, or at least in the old days. They wanted regime change war. They wanted all these different things. Now, all the veterans who are coming back, because we've been doing this for almost 20 years, they look at it and they go, why are we doing this? But people resent her perspective on that because she has a perspective, and they don't. They didn't serve the country. They don't understand what she did. They just think she's a horrible person for going over there and doing what she did. They just think inherently, well, that was stupid. Why would she go into the military? Because she saw what happened on 9/11. So she said, okay, who did this to us? And by the way, there's a theme to all this, because then we go over to Saudi Arabia, which is, we can connect all the dots when it comes to 9/11 in Saudi Arabia. And she came out and basically called Donald Trump a pimp a couple weeks back. And, normally that would get a lot of press. Got very limited press. I mean, a statement like that, she's not just throwing bombs, she's serious. Look, she puts the interests of all Americans first, not just the little cloistered little tribal group. Over and over again, well, you're not in the tribe. You're not seeing racism and bigotry and homophobia around every corner in everybody's heart, mind, and soul, then you're not down with the struggle and you need to go away. I support Elizabeth Warren because she's for all those things. And Tulsi Gabbard basically is a Russian. She's a Trump lackey. Folks, Tulsi Gabbard's campaign, her momentum is building. It's building. And it's only going to continue to build. The media is going to hammer this Bernie Sanders health issue. By the way, I'm not saying it's a deserved thing. In other words, I don't think Bernie is going to deserve how much coverage and endless coverage and speculation he's going to get. But, newsroom floors yesterday were covered with saliva. It's a very disgusting thing to say, but they were. Rachel Maddow probably needed a bib. All right. This video is over for now. It's not going to start up again. But I'm done talking for now. And here's the thing. If you don't support Tulsi Gabbard for president, okay, if you support Bernie and or Tulsi, you have a brain and you see that there are actual issues. Unfortunately, Bernie has a lot of tribal members in his coalition. Tulsi does not have any tribal members. She might actually have real Native Americans in her coalition, which would be a really cool tribe to have, especially considering Elizabeth Warren is in this race, who finally came out and said she's not a member of a tribe. Politics are funny. I guess you have to have a sense of humor, which today I do, because I'm tired of the slings and arrows. I'm tired of people telling me what I'm supposed to think. I'm tired of people saying, you need to be in this group, Dave, and you need to act accordingly, and you need to not have opinions like you're having on certain issues because it's disqualifying. Well, disqualify away. If Tulsi and Bernie don't work out because the DNC decides to say, no, these candidates can't get any higher, and we're going to make sure more and more people don't get to hear what they've got to say. If they do that, then I'm third party, I'm Green Party, I'm independent guy, whatever. We'll have to start another movement. We'll have to retool. And a lot of people are ready to do that. I would like to see Tulsi Gabbard as the Democratic Party nominee. She would reshape the party. She would transform the country. She would unify across all party lines, which some in the tribe don't want to see. They want to always see this division. Why? Because the division makes them lots and lots of money. But the division hurts people. It hurts their mental health. It hurts their ability to find employment, to wake up in the morning and to have these constant struggles going on. And we've got a unity candidate here, and nobody wants to hear about it. They want their tribal candidate. It's just my perspective. I'm probably wrong. I'm Dave, and thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.